Hello, how are you? In today's video, we are going to learn how to create an account in Payoneer. And we are going to do the following. The first thing we have to do is go to the link in the description of this video. We are going to click on this link, and it will take us to the next page. Then up here we can change the language to English, and we would have the page completely in English. Now something that forgot to tell you, if you register with the link that I left you here in the description, when you receive a total of $1,000 in your account, both you and I are going to receive a prize of $25. After this we are going to click where it says register and win, and it will take us to the next page. Then we are going to click on the blank space, and here the following options are going to be displayed. You can choose the option with which you identify. In my case, I am going to choose individual. Then the next tab will appear, and we have to choose what we are looking for. We can choose to send and receive money between families and friends, or request a prepaid card. But in my case I am going to choose that they pay me international clients or freelance work platforms or freelancer. Then the following information will come out of what we can do with our Payoneer account. After having read everything, we are going to click on register, and we will get the following fields that we have to fill. In here we will have to place if we are an individual or company. In this case I place that it is an individual. Then we place the name, our surnames, our address of email. Then we repeat again our email address. And finally our date of birth. And when we have filled in all the data, we are going to click where it says next. Then we go to the second step where we will have to place our country, our address of residence. You can also place more additional data. In case you happen to live in a set of apartments, you can place the number of the apartment, for example. We also place our city and the address of the postal code. Then we go on to place the code of the country. In this case for Colombia it is +57, and then our cell phone number. Then we have to click where it says send code, and we wait for our cell phone to receive a text message with the verification code. We write it and we give it in following. Then in step 3, in the first field, our username will appear. That by default, it will be our email. Then we will have to place a password, then repeat this password. Then we must choose a security question in case we forget the password or our username. Through this method we can recover it. And then in the next field you must place an answer to that security question. Then we are going to put our country where our identity document was issued. In the case of Colombia, it is the citizenship card. We must enter the type of identity document. In this case it is the identity document for the citizenship card. And we will have to enter our citizenship card number or our identity card number. Finally we are going to repeat the text that appears below, and we give it in the next. And in the last step we will have to add a bank account. First we have to place if it is a personal account, or if it is a business account. In my case it is a personal account. Then we are going to place the country of this account. Then we can choose a currency either in dollars or euros. You have to keep in mind that depending on the country that you choose, you may get some different fields to fill. In this case I am going to choose that the currency is dollars. Then we have to place the name of the bank, for example, if it is Bank Colombia, if it is a bank housing. Then we deploy this box and choose the bank that corresponds to us. Then in the name of the title of the account, here it is very important that we have something in mind. And that is that here you must place your names and surnames as they appear in the account that you are going to link. By default this field I cannot modify it. To be able to modify it, if you suddenly lacked a name or a surname, you have to go back by clicking several times. Click on the arrow that appears on the left side, and we have to go back to step number 1. Here where it says name and surnames we are going to place the name or the surname that we have missed, so that in this way it remains as it appears in the bank account that we are going to link. After having fixed this we are going to give it the next one until we return to the last step. And finally we place our bank account number. After this we accept the terms and conditions. And we also mark the 2 boxes that are below and we click on send. Then the next tab will appear that tells us that our process of creating an account is under review, and that this process will be confirmed within the next few skillful days. Later we only have to wait a few seconds, and it will automatically redirect us to the next page. Now we are going to click up here, and we are going to change the language of the page to English. Then we give it where it says start session. We place our username, which as we already know is our email, and we place our password. Then we click here below. Then the next tab will appear where it will tell us that they are going to send us a verification code you can accept, or click below where it says now we do not. Click in the following 2 security questions will appear. We will have to configure another 2 security questions. After having configured them, we are going to click where it says send, and we would already have access to our Payoneer account. Now we only need to verify our email. Then we have to go to our email and see that we have received an email where it says that we will have to verify our email. We open the email and we click where it says verify my email, and with this our email would already be verified. Now to be able to receive payments, you have to wait for the next few days so that the review process that I mentioned earlier is completed. Now finally, this step is optional, but it is very important to verify our identity. Here where it says it has information to send in the verification center, we are going to click where it says send now. We are going to look at where it says account verification, and we click where it says identification with photographs issued by the government. Here we can choose 2 options to identify ourselves. It can be with the national identification. In the case of Colombia, it is the citizenship card, or we can identify ourselves with our passport. Here the only thing we have to do, if we choose the first option of national identification, is to take a photo on the front and back of our ID card or national identity card, and then we drag it towards these 2 fields. Remember that the photo has to be in any of these file formats. And also take into account that the file does not weigh more than 20 megabytes. Then we have the option to drag the file or click it and look for it manually. After uploading the files, we are only going to click where it says send. We wait for the files to load, and that's it. That would be all for our identity verification. And with this we would already have our Payoneer account created. We will only have to wait for the days to pass for the verification process, so that we have our account with all the functions enabled. Remember that down here in the description I am going to leave you a link so that you register. And if you register with this link when you have received a total of $1,000 in your account, both you and I are going to receive $25 as a prize. Without more to say, to all the people who are interested in the world of music, you can subscribe to this channel. Give it a like to the video if you liked it, and see you in a next video.